Alrighty guys, welcome back once again. We're back live, Leather Pocket, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Excuse me, for the Scotch Doubles 1240 cap. And this is it. It is your finals. Warren and Joey taking on Chris and Don. Ironically, they were the ones to put Chris and Don to the B side. Match number 1. So Chris and Don have been battling the entire day on the B side. So we'll see whether Chris and Don get to exact their revenge. They will have to beat Warren and Joey twice. Nice push through of the 10. 3 to the 6, a little bit tricky. Back and forth across. Hitting on that second rail right where his finger was. Might have underhit this a touch, but he'll do okay by that. Warren will probably go back and forth here as well. Don't know if you want to try and draw past the 10 off that left side rail for the 8 into the right hand side. May just go back and forth, putting the 8 to the top right hand corner. He does go above. Does he get rewarded or punished? He does not get rewarded. Leaves Joey on the 50-yard line. Could still draw the 8 ball or draw off the 8 ball, 8 to the bottom right. A lot of right-hand spin on this shot. Just a little on the outside. And once again, if you are just tuning in, help me out. Give that share button a little love down on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. I would greatly appreciate it. We do have both chat lines up and rocking, both on Facebook as well as YouTube. Little outside from Don, and it just dresses up like a duck. Sits there perfect. See if they can close escrow on game number 1 to draw first blood. Looking good. Warren to shoot the 10 to draw first. And indeed does just that. And again, we'll give a little bit of love to one of our local sponsors here for Q Sports Live, Nick's Q Innovations. Get a hold of him on either Facebook or you can give him a call, 403-667-3173. Local here to Calgary, but you don't have to live here to utilize his service. You can ship him your cue or whatever you need repaired. He'll do the work and ship it on back to you. Collins with the break. Nice break. Actually makes a ball. That's a rarity on this table. Although one looking a little difficult. Along with the cluster of the 9, 10, 8, 3, 2. But I don't think that the one passes the 6 ball to that left-hand side. May end up having to play the combo or straight safe, send the cue ball in behind that wall of balls down on the bottom of the table. Wants to get right snuggly. And does just that. Great shot. Really well done. That will bring Warren to the table. He's calling the 5 ball. 2 rail hit. Some right-hand spin on the cue ball to help it along. really nicely hit. And again, containing. So a nice shot from, or for Don here. Be able to play safe. Looks like we're being joined by the one and only Johnny Triple P in the house.
What's going on, my friends?
What is going on with you?
Oh, you know, just having a good time, hanging out.
Yeah. 'Tis good. A little bit of a battle for this one.
Mm-hmm.
A repeat of match number 1.
A repeat of match number 1, that's correct. Was it on the stream?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, look at this kick.
Wow.
Kick safe to almost perfection. Would have been perfect if the cue ball snuggled up right on 10 ball. Then you're talking perfect. But I do believe Chris will have a one rail hit off that left side rail to the 1 ball.
Yeah, he does have an easy hit here. And I don't think he has too much to worry about because no matter where he leaves that 1 ball, I don't think it's going to be easy to get onto the deuce.
Yeah, the deuce is in a little bit of trouble.
So the worst thing you want to do here is give up ball in hand.
I agree. Just make sure they hit.
You can hit the ball, and if you hit the thin side, like the low side, you could send that to the top rail. And
look out!
Well,
for the side pocket.
See, I don't know how much he had to hit that, but I would have hit that towards the 7 ball.
Yeah.
And then they kind of go opposite ways.
Yes. Well, this makes getting onto the 2 a tad easier because I do believe it'll go to the top left-hand corner. So if you can get underneath, take that 1 to the side, come underneath.
Well, what I would do here is I would play a 3 hook foul.
Oh, the 3 foul.
Right. So I'd shoot the 1 ball and come below the deuce. And then you could freeze him right behind the 3 ball.
Look at this. Does he do it or does he go for the cut?
He still has it. I think it's not hard. Like, kind of pushes towards the 7, so the 3rd hook is not as hard.
Yeah.
You know. So he does go for it.
Oh, look at this shot.
So.
Ale.
He kind of left that 2 ball in a weird spot.
He does have a 1 rail kick. He's hampered by the 3 ball though.
Yeah, right? He does.
He might be able to go to the left side rail with some spin, but that brings the 6 ball in.
That's right.
And I can't. If he's wired to the back of the 3, then really the 1 rail hit's the only way to go. If he's not wired to the back of the 3, you can still even do a Z shot off the left side rail, right side rail, and just tag the 2.
Yeah, I would prefer to just kind of play the 1 rail shot, just a little bit of check siding by that middle diamond, and should.
Only problem I have with that 1 rail kick is the potential of scratching off. That
if you hit the wrong side of the deuce, that's correct.
Onto the right hand pocket.
So he's kind of looking at this little. It's a 2 railer, but he did. You know what? That 9's in the way, so he doesn't have it. But there is a shot where you can hit this 2 rails just past the side pocket, and it kind of will shoot towards that corner.
What about the 3 rail? Go into the
3
bottom
rail,
right, the bottom, the left, and
that's
miss
right.
the 6.
And that is an option.
Because you could even catch the 4th or 5th rail if you hit it hard enough.
And I was thinking about that. If you play the 3 railer, play it just past the 7 ball. Right? The only problem with that is you really have to watch the 3 ball.
Yeah.
So he's definitely in a little bit of a pickle here.
He is, because he tried to do that 1 rail kick off that bottom rail, and as you can see, being right-handed does not favor you here.
That's right. And I think if Warren comes back here, I think he could play the 2 ball and get that cue ball below the 8 ball, then the third hook's there.
Yeah.
Right? And that's why I would like to have banked that into the 7 ball and use that, you know. So we'll see if Donnie can pull off this hit. There are a few options here, even using that rail just by the 7 ball.
Didn't quite get there.
So, and you know, that was a good safety because the 7 ball really hampered him. The 3 ball hampered him. So Warren just called 2 fouls.
Got him on the do.
So he's looking at where to put this cue ball for the 3.
Yeah, and I was going to say, do you just make the deuce and use the 3 ball as the 3 foul.
That's what I was saying. Come below it where the 8 ball is. Come down table, and then you can use the 8 ball, right, to make it easier. He does have.
He's okay here.
Yeah, I mean, and at this point, the run out isn't very difficult.
No,
you know what I
but
mean?
you can one stroke this into being game over.
That's
with
right.
a good safety here.
So he does
Look
go
at
for the
this.
safety, but it's probably not too hard of a hit here
No.
for Chris.
Depends on the angle he's got and how much to work with after he hits that left side rail and avoiding the 10 into the 3.
Well, so he's going
Right,
to have to
'cause the
hit this
scratch is
above the
on.
6
Well, the
and
scratch
play
is
a
on.
little check on it. And like you said, if he hits the wrong side of the 3, he will scratch. So, not a bad little safety there by Joey.
Would have liked that 3 just to hold back just a touch from going that far up table. Right? If that holds back by 1 ball rotation,
Yeah.
then he's ideal. He's perfect.
And that's why, like, if he would have went below the 8 ball,
Yep.
then he could have shot it up table and frozen behind
Yep.
the 8.
Yep.
And it
But
probably
well
would have
done
been
either way.
would have tougher hit. So
Yeah.
this isn't standard. I think Chris has to put a little check on this to hold off that rail, and he could scratch. And
Just
so
like
there
that.
you go. And that's what you said earlier,
Yep,
right?
just
Hit the
like
top
that.
side, then the potential of scratching is there. So
Yeah.
easy little victory here for the A-side champs.
It is. But I wouldn't count out Chris and Don yet. As we've seen numerous times in matches, there seems to be a little bit of an ebb and flow with the rubs and
Yeah,
so on
definitely.
and so forth. So far, that's favored Warren and Joey.
I would always say you just have to weather the storm.
Yeah, stick around. As Mr. Francis would say, just stick around.
You never know. I've been down and managed to come back.
Mm-hmm.
The get back.
Well, and you gotta give props to Chris and Don, right? This
Oh.
was the team that put them to the B side in
very first match.
number 1.
And
And
they ran right through the B
They
side.
battled the whole day.
Yeah.
Gotta give them credit. Because I'll tell you, I'd be tuckered.
Oh, for sure.
My back would be so sore, I'd need a stretcher to get me out of here.
Yeah.
A little fortunate for the cue ball to not scratch there.
That was right. So he does have a shot on the 1 here, and he just has to roll forward a touch for the 2. So it makes the 1 ball a little bit easier, but it's still a tough
It's
shot.
still a tough shot. That 7's in play, the 8's in play. You got to hit this. You got to hit this good, and then you need another good shot on the deuce.
Yeah. It's got a natural position to play this 3 ball in the same pocket as the 1.
So if you're Chris, do you overpower the 1 and go 2 rails behind the 8? Take the 8
No,
out of
no.
the equation?
I would just roll up. You just got to get up to that, just in between those diamonds. So
Got a little lucky on that little jelly rub,
And-
but you know
and
what? They deserve after
it
the first 2.
wasn't the easiest shot,
No,
right?
those are my dreaded shots.
I love those shots.
Not me. Those for me are killers.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind them. I practice them quite a bit, so they become a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that. I'm not scared, and I can be aggressive and take it on. And, I do miss them once in a while. Depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah.
So he's playing a little bit of a two-way here. Play the bank, but safety. So smart play by Warren. He leaves Chris a masse shot or a one-rail kick.
What do you
But
favor?
I would play the one-rail kick only for the reason you want to hit the bottom rail and come into the, so you want to hit 2 rails.
Does he have room between the 10 and 6 to go 1 rail off the side rail?
On like this, just like play safety?
Yeah.
Well,
Or
if
you could
you're
even
gonna,
back cut the 1 from
Yeah.
going off that side rail.
it's a little trickier. So he's going with the masse shot. So the only problem with this is he might run into the 9 ball and hook Don on his next shot here. Oh, so see, he went off that other rail, but I would have played the 1-2 rails and then kicked it up.
I
and
thought
then
he
the
could have
cue
gone
balls.
off the side rail for that back cut.
Well, it was so
right?
far out,
It was.
that he probably would have just clipped it and played it out like behind the 9 ball.
Yeah, which is
Which
still
is a
okay,
good safety.
right? Yeah, it's a good two-way, right?
Yeah.
You go for the make, and if you
That's right.
miss, you're you're not selling out there.
That's right.
And not that this is a sellout. There's still work to be done here.
There is a little bit of work to be done because he did push that 7 to making this a little bit tighter.
I don't know if he's in on the 2 here.
I
Is the
still
10
think he
in?
has the off the rail shot as well.
Yeah, he's
I'm not
down
100% sure.
winking one eye, which tells you exactly how close that is. I
Yeah.
think the 10's just in the way. And even if you go rail first, yeah,
He had to put a
you're,
little extra on there.
you're in tough there.
And when anytime you put siding and you got to come really close to a ball, it's
Yeah.
very tricky.
And even this shot, nothing easy about it.
No, there isn't.
You got to have a good weight on this shot.
And for here, I don't mind just kind of banking this 2 up table past the 4 and put the cue ball behind the 7.
Yeah.
Because that's a fairly easy little safety.
Yeah, sorry guys, my comments weren't loaded, but yes, that definitely was a 3 foul in the last rack. Had the weight okay, but again, right, a little bit, even that was a little overhit. But you gotta do the first part of the equation in making the
That's
shot.
right. It was a tough shot. That's
It
why
was,
I thought like play safety would have been the better option.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily put that 2 ball up in between the 8 and 4 and had that cue ball go behind the 7.
Yep.
And you have quite a wall there with the 4 and 10 ball as well.
Indeed, nice shot by Joey on that 2
That
ball
was,
to get
yeah.
position on the 3.
Got a great angle on the 3 to the 4.
Little overhit by Warren there, but
Yeah,
not
and
terrible.
it shouldn't be a problem here. I just I would play 1 topping just to kind of leave you just want to get on the right side of the 5 so you can slide over for the 6. So this is why I would have put topping on that.
Yeah.
Because it would have cut the angle. See, he's already telling him just 1 rail up.
A little inside, I think.
Just
on,
a hair of inside.
hair of inside.
Right.
A touch of inside, I think, as what's his name? A touch of inside is. God, why am I drawing a blank? It'll
So
come
now
to me.
he's left
CJ
him-
Wiley.
Yeah, he's left him a little hampered here, and that was because he got a little funny position on the 2 or the 5 ball.
Yeah.
So he made a great 5 ball.
CJ
But-
Wiley's a character.
Yeah. So
I
he's going to
love
have
his
to punch
stories,
this.
that guy.
Yeah, see, that was tough to try to slow roll that. So in his mind, he wanted the cue ball to actually be on that angle, which actually made him miss the shot. And that's one of those tricky things that can go in the brain sometimes.
Yeah, the mental
Right.
side of the game right there.
You're like, yeah, if I put my cue ball here, then I'll be good. And then you shoot it and you miss.
Oh yeah, 3 foul is definitely alive and well in 10 ball. Really not a lot of differences between 9 ball and 10 ball.
I like the non-fluke factor.
Yeah, you got a call shot in 10
That's
ball.
right, yeah.
Is he going to play safe?
No, he'll be just drawing this back.
Kind of
And,
stood up a little in that.
He's not very comfortable with the rest.
Yeah,
Not very comfortable.
neither am I. Don't like it. Saw Corey
So-
Duell breaking with the rest.
Yeah, I heard about it, but I never watched it. So he just wants to make sure he doesn't overrun this ball.
Yeah, he overcut it.
Yeah, that's
But is the 10 coming into play?
the 10 is coming to the rescue.
He does get away with it.
Yeah, I think he's got a little Massey shot here.
Yeah.
But then again, slightly tricky if you hit it a little thin.
Do you lion kick this, the hit and stick, in the 7-up table?
No, he's going for the Massey here. It's just not much of a Massey. So I was going to say, if he hits this thin, he might leave himself tough on the 8 if he makes it. So Chris has got the shot now.
Yeah, I think he's got rail first. I don't know if he can full hit this.
Yeah, you'd
But
want to go
definitely
rail first. Yeah, that's right.
That leads you naturally to the 8 ball
And
anyway.
you really have to watch how thick you hit the 7 ball, because if you hit this thin, you could definitely hook yourself on that 9 ball.
Absolutely.
And then if you hit it a little thick, you're going to leave Don a longer shot. So he's got to really watch his pace here. So yeah, see, he hit it a little thick,
Yeah.
and he's going to leave Donnie a little tough. And that's one of those shots where you really have to make sure on where you hit the ball.
Yeah, but
You
there's
know.
really nothing for Don to do here. Just make the 8. It's natural. I think 2
That's
rails
right.
around for the 9 to the top right.
Yeah, if he doesn't bump the 9 ball, he would get around perfect.
Yep.
So we'll see what he decides to do here.
I think it's just straight tops.
Yeah.
Nothing to do here. Now that, of course, is based on camera angle, not actual table angle.
So he does give it a little bump, but he left Chris the perfect angle to get onto the 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nothing to do but to do it.
That's right.
Make the 9. You're
You could just
auto in on 10.
Stun this off or just forward 1 rail. You know, whatever shot you feel comfortable with.
I'm a forward 1 rail, just like that,
Yeah.
to get themselves on the board. Flukes keep the fish alive.
Yes, it does.
In that case, I would be the fish. Not sure what type of fish. And I like how Don on that last game, I like how he shot that 10 ball. Put it in with some authority.
That's right.
Shot
Don't
it
wanna
with
slow
purpose.
roll it.
No, shoot with purpose and put it in the pocket. And once again, guys, if you are just tuning in, give that share button a little bit of love down on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. If you haven't done so already, make sure you've liked our Facebook page, or if you're tuning in on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe and the little bell.
And this is why I like this format where it's Fargo rated Scotch doubles, because you can say like Chris and Don are fairly close in speed.
They are, yeah, they're within 30,
And
30 Fargo points or somewhere along
And
that.
that makes a good balance,
It really does,
right?
yeah. Look at this break.
You know, you can get like a really good player and a bad player,
Yes,
and that makes it very difficult,
it is.
right? So
I would be the bad player to somebody's good. Especially given the last tournament I played in.
oh yeah,
Oh my lord. Although I shot well in my league match.
Okay.
Shot a good score in 10 ball, of all things. It would have been the high run for that week.
oh nice.
I'm behind a week, so it was week 8 that I played. And I shot a 156.
I think I got another high run. 2 weeks
what's
ago.
it? I think
Last
so.
week,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So that's 2 high runs.
That's good.
And that was definitely not a high run. And last week was a disaster.
Wow, I'm so far behind on where you guys are at right now.
Yeah,
Like I could not play and finish out. I'm not going to do that,
yeah.
but I could, and it's still I could. You guys could not play the last 2 weeks, and I couldn't catch it, right? But I knew when I played Division 1 that it was 10 balls. It was not my game. I finally got it figured out last week.
Okay, yeah. It's definitely a different monster.
It's such an animal.
The break is so huge.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, it is. And it's one of the uncomfortable breaks that
That's
I have.
right.
Right? Because of where you kind of got to draw the cue ball to, especially on my table, where you got to pull that cue ball to. It's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. It's not a natural break for me.
I
off the
came
inside of the
here
horn.
and did my league match,
Yeah.
and it was really bad. Probably broke the best I broke,
Yeah.
but tables were just a little funny. But my biggest excuse, I guess you can say, was I worked out a little too hard that day.
Yes.
And
That'll do it.
even when I was practicing, I was like, I should not be playing my league match today.
And of course, you went ahead and did it
Well,
anyway.
I mean, I paid for the deal and I had the food, so I don't think I was able to back
I was
out.
gonna say, look out for the 10 ball.
Yeah, it was. He needed to put just a little bit more siding on
I
there.
agree,
You
yeah.
know, don't be shy,
No.
right?
Well, Chris,
Because-
he plays with a carbon fiber shaft.
Yeah.
Right. So there's really not a lot of deflection you have to worry about. So
Mhm.
load it up.
Well, and ideally, like, you want to get more middle table for this 9 ball, so it's easier to get onto the 10 ball.
For exactly that reason.
Exactly. So I think Don slightly got away with this. I think I think Warren can make this if it's frozen, because it is going into the rail.
That's a tough shot. I don't think it's frozen. And if it is frozen, he's pushing through the wrong way.
Yeah, if he's shooting this way, he's going to push it away from the pocket.
Exactly. If it's frozen.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? If it's frozen, it's opposite of what you naturally think you should do. You don't cut it, you're throwing the ball.
That's right.
So it's the opposite of the cut.
So in a way, you could say Donnie got away with this.
A little bit. Well, we'll see if he gets away with it.
Well, Warren's going to have to put some good stuff just to get shape on this 10 ball.
Oh, look at this. How about perfect?
And that's I think a little fortunate he didn't scratch in the side.
That was so good. He hit that perfect.
That was a great shot by Warren.
Perfect does the work.
This is why they're the A-side champs, because this team also is a very
balanced.
Because Warren is
Warren
a
might
really
have a
good
slight
player.
lead on Joey as far as Fargo, but they're fairly balanced.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they all play a lot.
Yeah. Well, and we were saying that earlier, right? Where you look at a player like Warren, super smooth, very silky smooth stroke.
Yeah.
Where you look at Joey, he likes to kind of be animated, right? And likes to move that cue ball, load up on the juice, and so on and so forth. So they're a really good balance. And sometimes that's what it takes. Look at this break. Dropping everywhere, dropping like flies.
He's just missing the one key component, is getting the shot on the one.
Yeah.
Actually, on my breaks, I'd make the side pocket ball, and I had a shot on the one almost every break.
Wow, that's tough to do.
Yeah, I was breaking good today. So he's got an easy little safety here.
Does he overcook it?
He did not. I think
Don's got the outside edge.
he could hit it, but I think it's an overcut.
Do you play for the 10? If you've got enough of it,
it
hit
looks
on
like
the
he
one ball.
has just enough here. It is tight. It is very tight. I'm looking right down the barrel of his shaft here. Yeah, see? Oh, and
there's a foul.
That's going to be a foul.
That's going to be a foul.
And like I said, I thought he was going to overcut that. I think he needed to jump that because it was a small jump.
Yeah.
Or a little massé. Or...
See, and they're asking, do you put this back?
And I think it's like, opponent's option.
It is the opponent's option.
But
I kind of liked it where it was.
It's right by a pocket.
Why would you want to put that back?
Don't move it.
Right? Given the proximity of where the 4 ball is.
Exactly.
Right? And you got to go from the 3 to the 4.
Yeah. Did he hook him?
Yeah, he did. Right? I don't know why you would ever move that 5 ball back.
It's right by the pocket.
I'm leaving that right alone.
Yeah. So let's see here. Does he have enough to make this? Okay. So that looked tighter than what it was. I mean, I think it was still fairly tight.
Had to have been.
But he definitely gave him the
Warren's
wrong
reaction.
angle.
Yeah.
Because...
and now he's got to go play to the left side of the 5 ball.
That's
here.
right.
Right? Now, had you left the 5 ball alone, think of where you would be now.
You could just slide over.
Slide it. No problem. And then your natural.
That's right. He's going to have to avoid the 9 ball and try to avoid. Let's see here.
Comes underneath.
I don't think he tried to get underneath, but he got there. Maybe he was trying to get underneath. And that's a very experienced play by Warren to
very well done.
Get there. Yeah.
You got to have the super silky smooth stroke here.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Well
So
done.
he hit that
Does
a
he
little
come into
hard.
play?
He hit that a little hard. Right, and people, like I practice that shot so much. It's super easy for me. And you can hit that so soft and it's still going to go.
Yeah.
Right? You could hold that cue ball from that angle like 2-3 inches off the rail. So Warren's going to have to kick this and hopefully he gets safe out of the deal, which he did.
Oh, yeah, this is
Or
going to
wait a
snuggle
minute.
right behind.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
He did not.
We spoketh too soon.
So Chris is just going to be able to draw this back for the 8-ball here. And he's got to really watch his angle here because you don't want to like kind of leave him a long shot with the cue ball going towards the 10-ball. Oh, he just miscued.
Miscue from... A miscue from
Mr.
downtown.
Demers, yeah.
Right, and I think that was a byproduct of the mind and the thought.
Yeah.
I can't leave him too long.
That's right.
Right, where in my mind I'm gonna take what the table's giving me.
That's right.
I'm just gonna make sure I make the 5-ball.
And with the carbon fiber, you don't have to hit it very hard, right?
No.
The only other problem is
But
sometimes
really,
when the
even if
tip
you
gets a little
just-
hard,
Yeah. Oh, true enough. Yeah.
yeah, you tend to miscue quite a bit.
Look at it. And Joey leaves Warren tough.
Mm-hmm. So
They
Warren,
don't want it.
Warren can hit this in with a little bottom and come across. The
Yeah.
way these balls are, normally you can come off that rail and slide above, but because of these balls and the way the table slides, I mean, that cue ball could be going towards the 10. So
I
he
think
might
he's
actually
just
play
gonna play
two
tops,
rails.
yeah.
Yeah. Which I
Top
think is
two.
a good shot as well. You're going to leave him a little awkward, but.
It's a lot awkward from there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. This one you almost have to power into and draw off the right
And
side
this
rail
is
and
what I
back
mean.
over.
Like these cue balls are a little bit heavy,
They are heavy.
and so
But he's got the stroke. Right?
he's going to need to put a good stroke on this.
Yeah. Right. Joey's got the stroke.
Because if you
to-
play with the
to do
aeromith
this.
balls, you can draw this and get perfect on the 10.
Yeah.
But here, because I think it's just going to come straight across and leave him a longer 10 ball. Oh, so he didn't see how it comes down like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just took what the table gave
That's
him.
right.
I don't mind that either.
I think it's a smarter shot. You're not forcing it, sliding across. And Warren's been playing good all day, so this shouldn't be much of a problem for him.
How about to the heart of the pocket?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was beating up on Warren for about a year and a half. He never beat me in a tournament, and then he beat me that one day, and he's been playing good ever since.
So you're the reason.
Yeah.
You're who I get to blame.
It
Look
was
what
funny
happens. You let
because
him beat you, and now look at him.
he jumped
Well,
and he
guess.
gave me a big hug. Finally, I beat you. It's just the way the tables were sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. I
A safety
don't
break.
think that's going to be a legal break.
Only 2 balls hit the rail or just one? I think the 3 and 2 hit the rail, and that
2 and
was
3,
it.
yeah. 2 hit the rail.
Little miscue on the break.
Well, in an important game, too. I'd rather be at 4-2 than 5-1.
Yes.
Although maybe this works to the benefit.
Possible. I mean,
It could also work
if
against
Joey
him.
comes out here with a nice break,
Yeah, it worked
right?
against you.
they can go back to back.
Yes, and then they'd be breaking on the hill.
That's right. And in these matches, there has to be one match where somebody breaks and runs.
Yes. One game.
Just one game,
That's it.
right? Oh, so he let that
look
cue
at
ball
that.
get
See,
away from
there's-
him.
There's the advantage.
That
'Cause
was,
look
a
at-
bold move by Don to miscue on that, just to
right?
let him break and
Smart
scratch.
Genius. Right? Look at how well this table's laid out.
This
This
table
is
is
this
looking
sitting pretty.
very duck soup.
It has dressed up nicely.
So-
2 to the 3 could be a little tricky with the 7 and the 6 where it is.
Well, so what I would do is I would play this 2 ball, 1 rail, and come in between the 6 and 5. And then I can come 2 rails for the 4 and the side. Right? It's natural angles, nothing very difficult.
1, 2,
and-
3, 4.
It's just the 4 to the 5, if he doesn't get the right angle, might be his only problem.
Ooh, look out.
So now we'll see what Donnie
was
likes to do
gutsy.
here. I think what he wanted to do is he wants him to draw in between the 7-4.
I don't mind that.
The only thing about
It
that
might
is
put you in a little steep, though.
you're going to have a longer 4 ball, and you're going to have to slide all the way over for the 5.
I think I'm still going to go around 3 here and shoot the gap between the 6-9. Put this 2 ball in with top left
Let's see
hand.
what Donnie has.
Right, it gets me
in store
closer
for
to the
his
3
hand.
ball, which you need. You need to be closer on that 3 ball to get to the 4.
Well, that's what I mean. If you come across
Yep.
in between the 5
But
and
if you
6.
just take this inside 3 rails, shoot between the 6-9.
Let's see what Donnie does here.
He goes 2 across.
So he
between
goes
the
2 across
6-9.
to this. And so the
But
reason
look
I
out,
don't really
he's-
like this
Yeah, you bring in the 7 ball.
is now
He's flat on that angle.
he's going to leave himself a long 4 ball. And he's going to have to slide over for the 5. That's why I like playing the
Well, there's 2 ways that you could play this, right? You can draw off the 3 up beyond the 6 for the 4 to the side, right?
he can
Tougher
if he has the
stroke.
power.
Yeah, tougher stroke.
And another miscue.
I was wondering if that was in his head because of the last time.
See, he tried to power draw that.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing what you were thinking. But that, I mean, just come across in between the 5-7.
Yep.
You play topping on this in the corner. You come off the 2 rails. You play the 4 on the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's way easier. It's very natural. You know, I said, like, the biggest issue here is getting from the 4 to the 5.
See, and I think if you put the cue ball like Warren's got here where it is, shoot that 3, come off the left side rail over to the right, and just leave yourself the back cut angle on the 4.
So
You can
Warren's
draw
going to
from
play this 4 on the side here. So see, he's playing the shot that I intentionally said,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And I said, the
Came
only
up
problem
short.
is you have to hit this a little
Yeah.
firm.
Yep.
But
Came up short.
from here, he's going to have to take the long 5.
Can he 2 rail this?
He should be able to go 2 rails and play this, like get
But
below the 5.
Can you come back up on top with that 2 rails?
Depends on how much angle he has, and you can see he didn't. Right? So that was the key shot to this rack, was getting onto the 5 ball.
Yeah.
After this, everything's wide open. And so, and like you said, Warren's been hitting the ball pretty good all day, so, you know, you just want to just kind of stun this across and play the 6 in the same pocket. And he
Well
hit
done.
that perfect, you know. Even here, like, stun the ball.
Yeah.
Don't try too
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Give yourself an angle on the 7.
But I think Joey likes to move the ball, right? Which could be the downfall.
Yeah. So yeah, he didn't
Right.
he didn't like that. But Warren's still in good shape. He's just going to put just a little middle ball siding on here and come across.
Yeah, there's nothing to do here. Make the 7
Just-
your auto shape to the 9.
Exactly. It's automatic. It's all natural. I love taking natural positions. I don't like to force the ball as much. And he overcut
Oh, he
that.
Way overcut it, but he got away with it.
He did. He left the bank side on.
But you know what? You're looking at, if you're Don at the table, you should never be here.
No.
So
No.
you're happy as pigs right now.
That's right.
Take the bank on and put it in the heart.
And you could pretty much just play a little topping on this, which will bring the cue ball back to almost, you know, middle table. Not quite, you know, ideal, but you're going to give Chris a shot.
Yep.
If he puts bottom on this, he's going to have to hit it a little bit firmer so he can bring that cue ball around the 2 rails. So I think that's what he's looking at.
I like hitting this with top left.
If you go top left, you got to make sure that you compensate because the
Oh, of course.
angle is going to come so sharp.
Yep.
You know.
But I like hitting it with top left.
Yeah.
I'll take that cue ball 3 rails.
So let's see what he plays. Oh, so he wanted to play the safety instead, which honestly wasn't a bad shot. What you want to do on that is you want to hit it with the siding. He put bottom on there, which slid the cue ball up.
Yeah.
If you just put the siding off of there, it will clip and come down, and he'll be.
Yeah, you'll actually
Probably.
hit before that. side
That's
pocket.
right. You know. Because he's thinking he needs to.
John's comment on YouTube, ha ha ha, I got baked and forgot all about the stream until now. Welcome back anyway.
So here we go. Get on the hill. And definitely this team here is a strong team. I think that
They are a strong team.
Joey's Fargo is definitely way lower than he plays.
Oh, for sure it is.
A lot lower.
It is an underrated Fargo for
Very,
certain.
very much. Because he plays all the time.
Yeah.
And that's the key to this game is you got to put in the time. You got to put in the hours on the 9-foot. You got to compete.
Well, and he's here every week.
He is.
Right, for all the weekly stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's his learning curves that, has just gone higher than what his Fargo is because there's nothing really going on and hasn't been through COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that could definitely be the case.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Right? You can't punish a guy for getting better if he's putting in the time.
That's right. We put in the time and you will see results.
Yeah.
My partner today, he needs to put in a little time on the 9-foot.
For certain.
And he needs to compete in more tournaments because he has the knowledge on how to play the game and he has the stroke to make the balls. He's a very good potter. But if you don't play on the 9-foots enough and you don't compete enough, you're going to struggle. Yep. And then frustration kicks in.
Yeah. And then you're cooked.
And then it's a bad day.
Yep.
Right?
Tough opener for Chris here.
It is not the easiest opener.
He does have a bank. He can cut.
If you're feeling aggressive, you cut this in with a little right siding and watch your speed.
Yeah, speed is key.
Right? Because you don't have to hit it too hard.
He's going to duck.
He ducked. He left a bit of the one ball here, but, he is safe.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
No. Smart shot. It's good patience.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Even though you're down, as the underdog in this match, you kind of want to be in on every shot and kind of attack everything. But
that's right.
Good patience there.
And to really be at that ball and seeing the actual angle.
Mm-hmm.
Like in my mind, I would have just cut that in with a little inside siding, come across and played the 2. Because it's a fairly easy table.
It is.
But
and I don't mind the safety here either.
This is the 3-rail safety.
3-rail safety.
That's right.
Cue ball behind the 6.
Right. You just want to get that 3 ball stuck behind the 6, and the cue or the 1 ball will do the rest.
Yeah.
You just have to make sure you hit it at the right pace.
Yep.
Looks like Don's going for this.
He said no shot.
Okay, so he is playing the safety.
And perfect.
Just like that.
Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Really nice shot.
And that's like Don's been around a long time, and he knows the shots.
I've played with Don Collins, I think, when we started in the B division in SML.
All right.
Yeah.
So about 100 years ago.
100 years. Hey, are you calling me old?
No. If I call you old, I'm calling myself old.
Yeah, I suppose, right? Good hit there from Warren.
That was a great hit for sure.
Oh, and gets full results, full marks.
Does he have enough to just clip this 1 ball?
I think so. Just clip it into the
7.
But,
it doesn't really leave a lot of favors for him because even with the 9 or 8 ball over the hole, he's going to have to really come with a shot here.
I think he just kind of clip the edge of that. Take the shine off the 1 ball. Cue ball goes out 2 rails.
Exactly. Try to get behind that 4-3. Mm-hmm.
But you have to literally take the shine off the ball.
Yeah, having that 7 there helps.
Yeah, it does. Not terrible. Didn't want the jelly rub on the 6 ball, though.
But, I think from that angle, I think that was probably the best hit.
I agree.
Yeah, that was a great hit by Chris. Definitely not the easiest shot.
Well, it's not easy on the 1 and to get shape on the 2. Right? It might be natural depending on...
so he's banking this.
Oh, is he? He just called the bank?
Mm-hmm. And I don't mind it because if you hit it a hair wide, you'll get safe. And if you don't hit it wide, you're going to leave the sellout. But if you miss that wide, it's going to play the same safety that Don just played.
Yes, 3 rails around.
But
which I'm sure is what he attempted to do there.
It was part of the process for his mind, yeah.
Yeah.
And with a lot of the Filipino players, they all play a lot, and they're all very knowledgeable about the game.
Yeah.
A lot of them you can beat on a regular basis, But if you look at their Fargo when you play against somebody else, and they had the same Fargo, and they play like 9-ball, 10-ball, it's completely different.
Totally.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Because
Richard says, "Is this the finals? I left to watch Yellowstone." It is the finals. Warren and Joey are one game away.
Yeah.
Taking
Stick
the,
around for
taking the
another
victory.
10 minutes here, and it'll be over, and then
Right.
Yellowstone's good to go.
Yeah, no spoilers though, as Steph alluded to. I got to watch last week and this week. And
I haven't watched
purposely-
any.
What?
I haven't watched any.
You've been living under a rock?
Is it good?
What is wrong with you?
Okay, so Game of Thrones.
Dude, Yellowstone is good.
Okay, so we'll talk about Game of Thrones. He scratched.
He did right
Or
to
did
the
he?
drink.
Wait a minute. Oh,
He
so
may as well have scratched.
I
Just look at
ended
where
up
the 3
getting
is.
6 seasons on a hard drive,
Yes.
and season 7 came out.
Oh, don't tell me you spoiled yourself.
So I was on the airplane coming back from China,
Oh,
and I decided to start at season 7.
Oh, Johnny.
And you know
It's
what?
like
It
cheating
ruined
on
a
an
couple times.
exam.
It ruined a couple things because there was this one part where I thought like these guys were gonna die for sure,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, they can't die because they're in season 7.
Foul.
That is a foul.
I can't believe you did it. You just like cheated on an exam,
Yeah. So
right?
I
You can't do that.
I knew I was gonna have a week off after I got back from China, so I decided
you
to
power
watch.
watch?
I watched all of it in that week.
Nice. Nice. You must not have slept. There's a lot of GOTs.
There was a lot. Thank God I was single. Am single, ladies. And yeah, so I powered through 1 week. So he's going to be in an interesting situation here because he's going to play the 5-8 combo,
Gotta control the 5
and you
ball
have to control the 5 ball,
and the cue ball.
right? So you got to get pretty spick and span on this, which he did not.
Nope.
But I don't mind the angle actually.
You know, if you play the combo of the 5-8 and run the cue ball down between the 9-10 with some right hand spin and hit it square.
Yeah.
The 5-8. That 5's going to sit in the jaws. Cue ball comes off the end rail, squirts towards the 6.
You hope so.
And you're perfect.
Yeah, you would hope so.
You hope so.
You can easily just put that right behind the 7, or you can freeze it to the rail. So this is what makes this a little interesting. So the way I would play this is I would roll this in that pocket weight, so
Oh,
it just
this is where
touches it,
This is where I die. If I
and
play this
then
pocket
you leave the
weight.
cue ball right there for the side pocket.
Ugh,
right?
it's so touchy though.
It
right?
is
Now
touchy.
you're playing into the 7 for
right?
shape on
You
the
can
6.
you can play into the 7 here, and I think you're going to be just fine.
Oh.
You know, what you want to make sure is that you hit the 7 proper here.
Yeah, but you can send the 7 2 rails up and come back and hook yourself
Well,
on the
that's why you got to
6.
watch your speed. You know, you just don't want to put that 7 on that bottom rail, which makes the shape a little trickier. So if you hit that a little fuller, then the cue ball slides over. He's got an easy 6 ball, but he might put the 7 to the back rail, which makes the shape from the 6 to the 7.
See,
a
and
little
I like
tougher.
mine. I like hitting that with purpose.
Yeah,
I find if I slow roll, I'm dead.
yeah. And you know, that was a great shot by Chris because he just
Really
miscued
well done.
twice.
Yeah.
Playing
Good to get
bottom.
that out of his mind.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Play the right shot. That's the key, right? Play the right shot. You'll never get in trouble if you keep playing the right shot.
It's true.
And he did not hit that very good.
The mayor of Kingstown, I have not seen that.
What? A movie? So this is a natural position to get to the 10 ball. You just have to watch your speed and make sure you pot the ball. And he hit that perfect.
Little short. A little short, but should be no issues here
That's
for
right.
Mr. Collins. Steady Eddie on the cue. Follow through.
That's right. Just don't scratch in the side.
That's it. to the heart of the pocket.
And that's a shot that I like to practice a lot,
Mhm.
just because you can control the cue ball, and you want to make sure you don't scratch inside, and you just want to make sure that you maintain your angles.
Yep. Nice finish there. And of course, we got to give a shout out to the CSL IPL.
It's coming
Starting up,
down,
it is
coming down to the wire here, and then the
Feb.
next
7th.
season's setting up.
We're calling it the Vegas Ready.
Oh,
This
okay.
is the season that you play in the CSL IPL.
Okay.
Get yourself trained up and ready to go compete in Vegas.
Nice.
So for those that haven't heard, it is open to all players around the world. You simply need access to a table, whether it's at home or at the pool hall. You play once a week, whenever you choose. It is one of the best draws of the league. And it is playing the Ghost virtually against opponents all over the world.
And it's definitely, I look at the scoreboard, I see where I'm sitting in the standings, and it makes me want to play a little harder so I can just maintain, that competitiveness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've had a
Well,
lot
and
of fun
puts you
playing in it.
in that competitive mode
It
in your
does.
practice,
That's right.
right? And I know we bill it as giving your practice purpose. I think it's a little bit more than that, right?
Mhm.
It is complete training,
Yeah,
right? So you become Ghost trained,
that's right.
and it teaches you the aggressive side of the game.
Very
it teaches you how
aggressive.
to map out a table,
Yeah.
right? There's all kinds of elements included in the benefits of the
And having
Ghost.
the options of playing on a 9-foot or a 7-foot
Yeah.
is really interesting.
Yep.
Well,
in the different games.
That's
8 ball, 9 ball, 10 ball.
you know, I mean, I've been playing the bar box the whole time. Look what I did in the tournament last week.
Yeah.
I mean, we were here till 5 in the morning. I think I won
I was not here till 5 in the morning.
14 matches. I think I won.
Oh yeah, sick.
I lost my second match on the A side, and
Battle back.
just I couldn't miss on the B. And we played bar box 8 ball.
Right?
I was breaking really well, and and I beat a lot of big players,
Yep.
and it was playing really well. And then he was just getting so late. We just ended up doing like a chop. Nice little
Which is all
3-rail
right.
shape
Look out
here.
for the 4
Don't
though.
clip that and scratch.
And he's straight in on the 3.
A little bit straight,
Yikes.
but I think he should be fine here. And this is a difference of putting straight bottom on here, or right siding or left siding here. If you want to put, so he got a little fortunate on the shape. He was trying to get above it.
Yes. Richard says for me to check my inbox when available. I will do that for sure.
I mean, the last thing you want to see is my name on the inbox, because you never know what's going to be in there.
I always get worried. I tell Steph, here, you look at this.
But not like that. Like, I think the one time I was writing out what I had, and I went to hit attachments, and I hit send
Yes.
twice.
Yes.
And then I forget
All
to
of
send.
a sudden, we have 3 messages from Johnny.
Just the
Only
one
one of them with any kind of relevance.
Yeah, exactly. The one that he's probably referring to is if I send it on Messenger.
Yes.
Don't open in public.
Yeah, no, bad idea.
Ooh,
just
what
made
a
it by that
what a
8 ball.
shot! Definitely playing safety there, but coming a little close to that 8 ball.
I don't think you could have missed it by
No.
any less.
So Warren does have a jump shot where he could shoot this in his side.
Oh yeah, that's
And
100%.
If he does get enough bottom on this, he should be able to come 2 rails middle table.
Yeah, he'll be sitting perfect for the 5 ball. But again, you got to complete the first part of the equation first.
That is, make the
Get the
jump.
hop over and make the 4. Not a bad
Make
attempt.
the
This is going to
jump
sit up
here.
just perfect for Chris.
Yeah. He could run this forward
Oh,
with a
yeah,
little
duck,
topping,
duck.
a little check siding topping, so he can maintain an angle on the 5.
Yeah, duck, duck, duck. We could have a 5-3 game. This
Could
is where
be
the,
it,
where
yeah.
the pressure starts getting put back
Oh,
on.
so he was
Warren
fairly
and
straight
Joey.
on that, so he had easy to get on there. I probably would have liked to have rolled forward a touch there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that way you can just kind of.
But I mean, I think Don's got a little angle here.
Does he have a
just-
little
I
angle
think
here?
so. Just straight draw, 6 into the
Yeah.
left side.
Just don't hook him.
Yeah, you don't want to pure this. Oh,
So,
my goodness.
And you know what? I think he forced the angle a touch,
I think so too.
right? And that's why, for me, I would have liked to have played just a little bit further. And you play that off the rail with just a little siding, you know, because these balls are very receptive off the rails. So he played a nice little shot here. I like this angle.
Yeah, nice little 2-rail around.
Yeah. Warren will probably play check siding, play the
Yeah, I agree.
bottom corner here.
Oh,
Right.
underhit again. He's underhit the
Yeah,
last
but-
4 shots.
So what Joey has to do here now is he's got to come across and play this 8-ball into the bottom right-hand corner, or he could stun it and just pass it and shoot it in the side. So I think just coming
like that
across and
draw.
playing it just
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, perfect.
Right?
He dug into that really well.
And that was a really nice shot.
This could be curtains. We could have
That
only
was
a
the original
one-set
shot I
final.
think that I said he should play.
Yep. And Warren underhit again.
Yeah, I don't think he's too bad here. He could just roll this in.
Anywhere farther than that, he's
Exactly.
golden.
Exactly.
But he's well underhit that. I think Joey's got to go up.
No, just tap it in like this and take on the longer 10. But really, it looks longer on the screen than the actual table. You know, I give Warren 9 out of 10 on
I
that
think
shot.
I agree, but I think this could have been so much easier.
Obviously, if he would have come up a little bit more, then he could have had the cue ball going in the right direction.
Yeah.
For sure. But at the same time, I
However-
think
That, as they say, is a wrap.
that is a wrap.
Wrap, done.
Well, congratulations to Warren and Joey for taking on this Scotch Doubles tournament.
Absolutely. Got to give the
I
shout out to Chris
think
and Don as well,
They
losing match
came-
number 1.
They only lost to one team.
That's it.
They
That's
lost to
it.
one team this whole tournament.
Yeah, they lost to them in match number 1,
Yeah.
fought their entire day on the B side, and ended up in the finals. So
That's right.
congratulations to both Chris and Don.
I
Job
think
well
we'd get a
done.
really good turnout if we did this on a bar box
I agree.
with the same Fargo.
Yeah, 100%.
We'd probably get a lot of the same teams.
You'll have one more in there if you do it on the bar box.
Oh, if we do it on a bar box, I'm sure we'll get probably about 5 or 6 more teams.
I agree, because then I will play on the bar box.
That's right.
Yeah.
9 foot is a little tricky.
Indeed. Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. We will be back, I'm not sure when. It might be a CSL After Dark edition of Q Sports Live. Nonetheless, we appreciate you tuning in. It was a good day of pool, good day of commentating. We appreciate you tuning in on behalf of myself, Johnny Triple P, and the rest of the Q Sports Live team, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure you click the like button on the Facebook page, as well as the subscribe and the bell on YouTube. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe out there, guys. Have a great New Year's.
Great New
We'll
Year's.
see you when we're back.
Good night.